only because of the discussion. So it's a good enough catalyst for discussion to keep on the books, even though it's getting a tiny bit dated now. Yeah. It's still an important moment in time that has so many current day analogs that we can still do something for that. Are there questions about the presentations that are going to happen in this room next week? Yes.
I just want to say that looking at the pictures you had of San Francisco and the murals and stuff last week before reading this was actually pretty cool because there were a bunch of things that were referenced in there that I could remember seeing pictures of that I didn't have pictures of in the book.
Cool, nice, yeah. You know the before and after, the now, I'm going to hand back that assignment today. I did that in San Francisco just like for kicks myself, so I should maybe show you those the next time I teach this class. I should have those available to show what has changed the same way that you did this here in the Mission District, was where I did this in San Francisco. So it's good to know that, yeah, and certainly looking at Claire Alley and Balmy and some of these different things, at least give a little bit of a perspective that contrasts with some of the things that she's talking about.
Well, like women's building, like I knew exactly what she was talking about.
Good, thank you. The presentations that are going to happen here, every group is going to present here next week, and we're going to use all of this class period, which means we'll be staying, until 9 or 10. No, the class is supposed to go until 5:30, I think, so we should get out by then. But what that means is that I'm going to be really on top of watching the time for when you're presenting. And part of this is an exercise in learning how to talk in front of other people. Part of it is using a small amount of time you have. When you go to a professional meeting to give a talk, you typically have 20 minutes. And if you extend that time, you eat into other people's time. That's unprofessional. It's suggesting that what you have to say is more important than other people. So it's really important to come in on time. You can think about how much time you have for your group. So if you have a group of 4, you have 25 minutes. 5 minutes for each member and 5 minutes on top of that. So that's the formula. 5 minutes each person, 5 minutes on top of that. That's how much time you have to work with. I want every person in the group to speak. You don't have to speak for equal amounts of time, but I want each person to speak a little bit. Some of you will probably, no doubt, bring images for us to look at, perhaps on PowerPoint or something else. I will be here 10 minutes before class starts, and I encourage you to come a little bit early so we can try to get this stuff loaded up on the computer so there's not all this downtime in between presentations, which can be excruciating. Let's try to get everything loaded up ready.
Could we all 2 at a time so you have a loaded, or?
No, please just come before class, because that's more work for me. I'm now officially saying no to more work for me. Yeah.
So it doesn't need to be like this person presents there for 5 minutes.
No, it doesn't. I mean, some people might end up doing it that way, but it doesn't have to be in a particular format. You can figure out how you can be most effective. I would encourage you to practice your talk. You're not going to. Each person's not responsible for that much time. Practice to your dog or cat or something like that. Usually not too critical. Although my cat's sometimes critical. But just practicing saying it out loud or communicating it, signing it, will certainly be helpful, because that means the first time you do it won't be when you're in front of a group of people. So give yourself a chance. If your group gets together, practice it together, that's great. Not a requirement, certainly. If you don't have time to coordinate, that's understandable. But if you can spend a little bit of time preparing ahead of time, you'll be more comfortable, you'll do a better job. Other questions? Yes.
This 5 group minutes, do you have any expectations on that? Like,
It's mostly for everybody to share, to divide up. So it's not just a strict 5 minutes for each person, but so maybe somebody gives a couple-minute introduction. This is the line that we went on. Here's what's significant about this line. Here's some of the places that passes through. I'm going to tell you what we're going to talk about today. This person can talk about this. This person's going to talk about this. Like when you're writing, and the things that I've had you write were really pretty crisp for the most part. The same thing holds true for a small presentation, which is that you really want to introduce the most important things right away. It's tempting to want to say, like the big finish, right? And let you know what it is, and then do the thing backwards. But don't do that. What you should do is lead with the most important stuff, because then we'll be looking for that in your presentation. And then every time you make a point that reifies that main point you've made, we'll be picking on it, and we'll be learning more as a result. So if you present things really clearly, here's my main point, here's what I'm going to talk about, that helps the people who are in the audience get more from your talk and helps them learn more. So that's. Other question?
Is the grading like a cumulative group grade, or are you getting individually? How are you getting?
My intention for the group grade is to give the entire group the same grade. But, you know, somebody just does an awful job, frankly, and somebody does a really good job in the group, I'm not going to have that person drag down the other people. So I'd like for sort of count the same, but if there's a really big disparity with what goes in the group, I will do that differently. You know, I'm really kind of leery to do these group assignments because I just know how it works in terms of like, somebody's doing a lot of work, somebody's not doing a lot of work, you all get the same grade. So I try to minimize that, one, by having this individual assignment component that's worth most of it to do. But that's my response. It should count for everything unless somebody really sabotages you, and I might not let them coach you do that. I mean, that's what goes on. You all know what I'm talking about. Not in this group, because everybody's pretty solid. Just in case. Now, the final assignment is due on the Wednesday of finals week. That's the final write-up that you each do as an individual. You're certainly welcome to hand that in before that date if you choose. But that is the deadline. That's the time I gave you at the beginning of the term, so that if you need that time to, based on everything else you're doing, you have actually more than a couple weeks after next class to get that. So, make it good. Other questions? Could you please hand up your book reviews up to the front? I have things to hand back to you as well.